I guess we can throw it in here because it is vitally important to be connected to a local church. And a lot of times the pushback that you're going to see is from people that are not connected to a local church, or they're in a church that, if we're being honest, sometimes there are churches who have a negative view of street preaching because the only types that they've seen out there is the kind that Mike was talking about, the kind that Blake was saying, that people doing it wrongly. Um, and I've heard that pushback as well, often, John, where people will say, like, well, this is not effective. This is not the way you reach people. You're just standing up there screaming. And I'm like, well, we're not screaming. If you're listening, you'll see we're not screaming. But what is your measure of what is effective? Actually, when we was at the Derby and we was getting ready to end it, Blake, when you guys was preaching up there, we had these guys up there preaching, and I was in the back, like, trying to make sure nobody came from the backside. And there was people over here, and this guy came up and said, "This is not effective." And I said, "But what are you measuring that by? What are you measuring that effectiveness by?" Because we know, as Christians who believe in the sovereignty of God, that it doesn't really matter what society thinks is effective. God says faith comes by hearing, hearing by the word of God. God is the one, as Blake said, that the Spirit of God will move upon his word as it is proclaimed. And so we can be so trusting and just knowing that God is in control of this, whether this individual comes or not. That's on God. We're just planting the seed, or we're watering. We're proclaiming the word. We're being faithful to the message that Paul says is the power of God unto salvation. And so we're being faithful to that, and God is responsible for the rest.